Oh my goodness. All right, I have the goat milk coming. You leave my chicken alone. No. Ouch!
Yeah, you're on, but they're saying lots of static already.
Oh, jeepers. Is it mine? Is it from me?
Probably.
How's it sound, people? Good morning. Welcome to the Funny Farm Rescue and Sanctuary.
Someone's saying no sound. We'll see if
No sound?
There's a faucet running somewhere.
Okay, now. Unplug and plug again on yours, maybe.
All right.
Or unplug and plug me. Am I on?
Yeah, you're green.
Hold on.
It says good now. Okay.
All right. Guess what? It's snowing again. I was so bummed this morning because they said 4 to 8 inches here. And when I got up early this morning, there was nothing. And then it started to rain, and I almost cried. You can see Jesse here is much bigger. Everybody is wound up this morning because you know what? They're like their mom and they love the snow. So please tell us where you're from. I'm Lori from the Funny Farm Rescue and Sanctuary. We're located in Mays Landing, New Jersey. We are half an hour from Atlantic City and an hour from Philadelphia. You can hear it is the Funny Farm inside the house as well as out. This is where I live. This is Adele, the diva chicken. As you know, we have a few books, children's books, and Adele is one of them. And you see, she has a brand new poopy diaper. So she lives in my house. People say, why does she live in the house? Because she will not go outside. If I tuck her, are you going to tell the story or mine? Tucker, come here. Are you going to tell the story or mine? Come here. Come here. Sit down now. Sit and be a good boy. He's like, no, Mom, when I'm on video, I like to tell all the stories. Sit down right here. Sit with Mommy. Okay. All right, Jesse, leave him alone for a minute. Whew. It's a crazy day today.
We have a problem over here.
Oh, no. He's always eating my stuff. Okay, you. This is Nemo. I wanted to give you an update on Nemo because now he's pooping all over my kitchen. Gert turds are not as bad, though, as... Gert. Tucker, don't eat them. Goat turds are not as bad as a lot of others. Like chicken poop, that's a mess. Goat turds, you can just sweep them up. And like little milk duds, yes. Or Cocoa Puffs for you, Matt. And you could just sweep them up and then you're good to go. I wouldn't still suggest having a goat in the house because he eats everything. And speaking of goats, so wait, let me finish him first.
Wait, Cindy says that she saw you adopted a 36-year-old pony. Can we see it?
Yes. We will be, who's that, Cindy?
Cindy, but tell her to hold her horses.
All right, Cindy, hold your horses because somebody pooped over here. Speaking of chicken poop, Larry, we will be showing him in a little bit. However, we have some things to talk about inside first.
Yep.
So Adele wanted to show off her new poopy diaper. I got 6 of them. These are handmade. They took probably 2 months to get. But it's a little bag that sticks on the back. Not sticks. It has no Velcro, Matt. It has straps that go around and click in over under her. You can see here. A lot of people ask, how's that work? So it goes on like suspenders, and then the straps go around and then click into her her bag on the back. Nemo is trying to eat Matt's cord. Nemo. So that's Adele. I wanted to say thank you to so many people who have been donating. We have 18 goats. Roseanne will correct me. I think 18 goats. Cal was very sick. Cal the goat. This week he wouldn't eat. You should always watch your pets and say, make sure they can feel bad just like people can, once in a while. It's not like, oh my God, they didn't eat one day, let's take them to the vet. They can sometimes have an upset stomach or eat something wrong or just not feel good just like people do. So if it continues for a day or two or three.
Hold everything. There's a lady. It's an emergency.
It's an emergency, okay.
Yeah, her name is Camille Rogers.
Camille Rogers.
She says, good morning, Matt and Lori. Can you say hi to my friend Marion from Staten Island? I told my friends to watch. We are all animal lovers.
Hello, Marion from Staten Island. I hope you are watching since I did a shout out to you. And speaking of, we have a lot of shout outs to go through today, which we haven't really been doing, but people are donating in Cal's memory, and they're like, can you do a shout out for in Cal's memory, in Cal's honor for his vet bills? Okay. But they're like, so people are giving us money for Cal's surgery, his surgery that he came through. So let me go back. So Cal, hey, you're not allowed to eat that. Cal is the brown goat that I had. That's an outside goat. He got a blockage. So it's a lot like kidney stones, but it blocks in their urethra, so then they can't pee. He was able to go to the potty, but it wasn't coming out like it should. So we knew something was wrong. And after 2 days of him not eating, I'm like, something's not right. So we took him up to New Bolton Center. Actually, Matt drove him up there, so thank you, Matt. Drove him up while I was working for an emergency, and they brought him in and had to do surgery. So the bill is between $1,800 and $2,000. He got the surgery where they opened up the urethra, so to try and let the blockage pass. Like, again, it's like stones. We have another goat that had that happen, Jolly, and he came from a foreclosure and was just thrown on the property and left there until the realtor came in. She came in and took him home and started feeding him what she, it said goat's food from when she went to the feed store. Okay, that was... okay, you're done. You are done. Get out. Oh. So, my house can be a little neater, and then he is naughty, so guess who's going to go outside for a minute? He's not going to be outside long. But can you see his little surgery? This is the other goat. We're not going to show that. Yes, we are. He has been neutered about 2 weeks ago now, and he's doing really well. I thought that the neutering had helped his demeanor, but it really hasn't. He might be a hair better. He's still a naughty boy. I keep calling him Billy because we had Billy the naughty goat. Now we have Nemo the naughty goat, except he's in my house. Here's Larry pooping on my floor because he refuses to wear the girl diaper. Larry's the rooster, silky rooster, who is blind. I know I'm all over the place today, but because the animals are all over the place today.
Louie did a fundraiser for the Funny Farm and raised $200.
Yes, I'm getting to that too. Thank you, Louie. So one of the shout outs is to I have Eddie, Louie, and Dookie. I don't know if you guys remember the 3 ducks I named after my cousins. All their birthdays are this month. So Dookie is tomorrow, but I have to show Caesar for Dookie in a second. Louie is the 9th, and then Eddie is the 26th, and then we have Kramer in there, who's kind of stepdad. He is on the 12th. So imagine 4 guys in the family, all birthdays in February. Sorry, Aunt Sue. That's Aunt Sue's family. They're crazy. Linda Hansen, look at how cute this paper is. She wrote from Washington State. So she watches us from Washington State. She said she lives alone. However, she doesn't live alone because she has Diamond and Zoe. She has 2 dogs that she lives with. Here's her cute front. And then when I opened it up, this was in there. And it's a picture of Jessie, the mega esophagus puppy, in his chair sitting up. So she did that drawing for us, and it was so sweet, and made a donation, of course, and card, right? And then she also, here we go. So here's the card, a Valentine's Day card. Love, Linda, Diamond, and Zoe, you can see. And that's the I love you sign.
In sign language.
In sign language.
Yep.
So she drew that too. So she's quite talented.
I know how to
with a check. And she wrote me this really nice note. I'm not going to let you guys all read it because it's personal. No, it's not really personal. But she wrote that again. And
I love your boots.
oh, thank you. You see my boots today. So when I go outside, I will not be wearing these boots because it's such a mess out there. So these are my little dressier boots. So that's from Linda Hansen from Washington State. So thank you, Linda. I thought this was hysterical. This was a card for Cal, and she said, Tucker, couldn't find a get well card for a goat. So she said, thank you, Lori, for taking such good care of all your babies. Don't let Nemo eat this. Her check for $100. Thank you, Nancy. I don't know if that's... Somebody's pee-peeing on my floor.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Jesse.
At least you went by the door.
Jesse.
Well, he said...
Oh, my gosh.
The door should be automatic.
I usually have a puppy pad there, but he already destroyed that. So, all right, I'll get that in a second. Nobody step in
like
there.
an automatic door.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Jesse, come here.
Puppy killer.
He's learning. Okay, so not to interrupt for Nancy Henry. So like I said, she couldn't find a get well card for a goat, so she bought this and donated it for Cal. Then we have to do a shout out for Kristen's mom is Jeanette. It's going to be her 80th birthday. So she wrote a thank you and gave $200 for Cal. And she is from the Washington Township class of 1988. I graduated in 86. And this is from Kristen, and happy birthday, Jeanette, who's going to be 80 tomorrow, along with my cousin Dookie. So a lot of birthdays on the 8th.
80?
No, my cousin Dookie is not 80. I actually don't know how old Dookie is, but I'm sure Aunt Sue will tell me. They're younger than me, so Dookie's getting up there, but he's not 50 yet. He's still in his younger 40s here. So, all right, so we talked about Linda, Nancy, and by the way, Duke, Ellie is the one who said, do a shout out and show Caesar.
He's 44.
But he's 44?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, 44. Where's Caesar? Do we know?
Caesar. He's probably
Caesar?
outside.
So Caesar, I'm going to have to show you Caesar later because he's either playing or he's hiding under the couch playing with a squeaky toy. So Caesar is here.
He'll come out.
And we talked about Cal a little bit, about his blockage, and I had talked to the vet about that. And I said, we are so careful about what he eats, what causes that. They are not 100% sure on what causes it, but I wanted to share a little bit about what she said to me, that we give our goats salt blocks. They need salt in their diet, as do horses, cows, everybody. You should only feed the white salt blocks to goats. If you have cows, they can eat the reddish ones. What they do is they lick that, and if the white ones are good, but some of the red ones have too much copper in them for goats. They're not saying that that's what caused it, but I did have some red ones, so of course quickly we corrected that problem. So they're not exactly sure. Some of them are more prone. It's just like a person. If you get kidney stones, some families are more prone to it, right, Matt? Your family's prone to kidney stones.
Yep.
And that's not a fun situation. It isn't for cows either. For Cal the goat is having a really hard time. Jesse, come here. He's playing. Uh-oh. What did you rip up? So, Farley, that's not cool. Ripping up the toys, and now you're teasing your little brother. Okay. So here's big boy Jesse. There's Steven the cat. So I wanted to just make sure that you knew, if anybody has goats, only feed them the white salt licks. I know my friend Michelle watches. She has goats, white salt licks only. Don't get those mineral ones. It's not good for them. They actually sell those for goats, which I don't know why they do, because I think some of them, especially the males, maybe not so much the females, but they do often, they can get blockages. And the University of Penn, where Cow is getting, they're doing a study. So they're actually using him as part of the study. It's just blood work. So we're not torturing him any more than he already has to be. So he should be here home in 2 weeks. They said he's progressing every day. They're going to maybe take him off the IV fluids today. His bladder is back to its normal size. It was very, very enlarged. It actually got a pinhole in it because it was so big. It's kind of like a balloon. So they had to stitch that up. So he was not in good shape, right, Jess?
So you're looking at least $3,000 for his bill.
So right now, as of yesterday, it's about $2,000. So he's going to still be there for another week and a half. So yeah. So any little bit that anybody wants to give is a big help. So thank you so much. A lot of people are giving $20 or $10 or $5, whatever they can do, and that's great. And if not, that's okay. That's what credit cards are for. That's what I always say.
Steven's not supposed to be on the counter.
I know, Steven, he is naughty, naughty, naughty. He's never supposed, and he knocks over the flowers a lot of times. Isn't he a pretty boy?
He wants it on.
Believe it or not, he was adopted and returned. I always say that if you take a cat from the funny farm, if something happens, if somebody's allergic or you just don't want it anymore, why somebody would not just want their cat is beyond me, but they do come back here. The guinea pig that we showed you last week has about 7 people that want him, but we did find a home for the guinea pig. Farley is chewing up one of the stuffed animals, so not very good. So we're going to go see, so I took in a horse. We're going to go outside in a few minutes, and it is turning to snow. I didn't believe them. I really thought that it was going to be rain all day because it's 36 degrees. Come here, you little stinker. He found his voice as a puppy. You can see he's very wiggly. He like spills out of his chair and spills in them. He's a big, heavy boy, and he's grown so much. You can see his weight is really good. This morning I had a small problem with him when I was feeding him upright in his mega esophagus car seat. Look, he's getting in. So you can see he's like, is it time for me to eat now? And he chews the cup holder. When I was feeding him, I think he was maybe eating a little too fast. All right, he's going out. Let me see if I can let him out. Come on, Jess, you want to go outside? And Mommy will be right behind you. Come on, let's go out. And I wanted to show not the bare naked lady. Come here, the bare naked chicken, the neck. Come here, go out.
Aren't most chickens naked?
No, this chicken. So I have Adele that's always in the house. We have some temporary. This is a
England.
From England? Welcome, England. Again, please tell us where you're from. So doesn't she look crazy, this chicken? She's a naked necked chicken. That is not Tucker. Come here.
Oh no, look at it just pooped on you.
Oh no, it did. On my shoe.
And your pants.
Oh no. Poop happens. Don't help me there, Tucker. Let me get some paper towel.
Looks like white paint.
Excuse me. It does look like white paint. I scared the poop out of her.
Yes,
apparently.
I can relate.
Oh well.
Look at Brooklyn.
All right.
Hi, Brookie.
So she actually just had an injury here. She got her little dew claw caught in something that it shouldn't have been in, and she wound up like hanging upside down. So thank goodness she wasn't there that long. Hey! Stop. She just did it again.
Hey, Miles, please say hello to Nicky before you go outside.
I'll say hello to Nicky, Kim.
We don't want to upset her.
All right. So I just want to show you because she's a different kind of a breed of a chicken. All right. Hello. Who's making all the racket in here? Come here. Come down. Come on. Come down. Come on. So, Miss, I'm going to be super loud the entire time that you're on. And now that I'm talking and showing her, she doesn't even communicate, do you? Because say hello. Say hi. Yeah, tell them.
Say
Laurie. Tell them a secret. Tell them a secret. Tell them a secret. Tell. Can you hear him? She tells me secrets. Tell her a secret. God, tell me. Tell me a secret. She giggles. A lot of people think I have a little girl because she screams so much when I'm on my Zoom calls for work. or an old lady. That's what she sounds like. And then she imitates me. Say, look at my pretty, pretty hair. She is a Moroccan cockatoo, and she has, she's like a strawberry blonde. She's kind of a salmon color. She's a good girl most of the time, but on the Christmas live, I had her while I was reading the book. I was trying to put her back, and she did not want to be put back. So she took a bite right here as she was sitting on my shoulder when I went to put her back, right?
Caroline, my parakeet just died this morning. I am so heartbroken.
Who's that?
Carol Ann.
What?
Her parakeet died today.
Oh, her parakeet. I'm so sorry, Carol Ann. So Carol Ann just lost her parakeet. Does she say how old?
No.
They can live to be in their 80s and 90s. So this is an animal.
Well, a parakeet is...
Oh, parakeet. Is that what she said?
Yeah,
Not a parrot.
Yeah.
Parakeets don't live as long, but parrots like this live into their 80s and 90s. So you have to make sure you put it in your will and will it to someone, because I did. I'm willing it to Matt to torture him.
Thank you.
So she'll be a part of the funny farm, and whoever runs it after I die.
I get yelled at all the time.
She's a good addition, but the problem is if I had neighbors, I would have the cops here every night because they would be calling the police on me for the racket. The other animals are kind of used to her. She does go to sleep at night and is quiet.
What's
She's
your favorite TV show?
always out. Friends is her favorite TV show. Okay. She loves Friends. Right? You like that, right? Okay.
Meg said she pecked her on the head yesterday because she wanted to be scratched, and she was putting Nemo in his bed.
Gig was helping yesterday while I was not here, and she was feeding the goat. And you have to be careful if you're doing stuff. She's actually jumped down on people's backs to get their attention. So don't ignore me, right? That's what she says. All right. You just stepped on Brooke, Matt. Real nice.
Hi, Brookie Brooke. Sorry.
All right. So do we want to go out and see Nicky? Did I cover everything? So we had a shout out to Nancy Henry, Linda Hansen, and Diamond and Zoe. Ellie wanted me to do a shout out to Dookie, but we also did Louie, Eddie, and Kramer. Jeanette's 80th birthday is tomorrow from her daughter Kristen. And we wanted, and then wait, there was one more shout out that you told me to do, and now I forget because I didn't write that one down. There was one more shout out, Matt. Do you remember? No, he doesn't.
I do too.
So I did that shout out earlier. No, I can't remember what it was. I'm sorry. I have ADHD now, and I don't remember anything after 5 minutes. So
thank you. No, you finally admit that.
You know what? It's because of you.
No.
I actually remember more than you, which is sad to say.
You.
That is a sad state of affairs when I remember more than you. All right, I'm going to, so show Adele for a minute. Her nails need to be painted in the worst way, but show her diaper again. I'm going to change my boots real fast while you're doing that, and I'm putting on my Carhartts because we're going to go see Nicky the horse, and I'm super excited that it's snowing, and it's kind of, I think it's snowing now. Matt, you were definitely thinking it wasn't going to snow, and now it is snowing.
That's not snow.
It's snowing.
It's white rain.
All right, Carhartt's gloves. So we're going to do that, and then we have one more little special, excuse you guys, one more special.
Let me check your microphone because Marjorie said that she can't hear you, so let me look.
Maybe I screwed something up.
She probably turned it off. No, it's on.
Okay, Marjorie, can you hear me now? You know, we do pretty well with our technical difficulties. No, not because of you. But we really try hard. Ouch, Tucker. But with all these animals, jumping up, and now I'm going to have this microphone underneath my Carhartts. But
Tori wants to know why Adele's wearing a diaper.
Tori, Adele lives in my house and she will not go outside, so she has to wear a diaper. Otherwise, she poops all over. Larry, the blind rooster, is in here temporarily. That's why he does not have a diaper on. I'm not sure what to do with this, Matt.
I'm trying to here, let me.
We kind of messed this up now. Hold that. Let me put this on like this.
Okay.
Oh, jeez, Matt.
You banged me. That's what happened.
See, he talks about me. All right, now you have to hand me this one.
Wait, let me put this in your pocket.
Why don't we show the animals instead of me trying to put on my Carhartts? There's Farley, the Funny Farm manager. Farley! And then there's Jesse.
Why do I have to dress you?
And Tucker is upset. Ow, Tucker, you're biting Mommy's feet. And you can see I have 2 different socks on Tucker. That's a little bit hard. You can see I have 2 different socks. Thank you to Brookie.
You're going to give people a headache.
I'm not giving you're giving people a headache. Hey! Stop it! Hey, you big mouth. Okay, hold that for a second while I zip up. Oh, Farley, just because you ate that stuffed animal.
There we go, back to normal.
All right, I'm hoping you guys can hear me. I think so, but I do have to put.
So they should be able to.
I do have a coat I have to put on.
Turned off her sound.
What's that?
Probably Marjorie turned off her sound.
Marjorie, put your sound back on.
Yeah.
Is that our Marjorie?
Joanne, Lori must be so exhausted at the end of each day she can sleep through that racket.
Guess what? They actually go to sleep at night. People don't realize it does get quiet. I'm a very light sleeper, like most moms. You know, you listen for bad sounds, and you know, I have to listen for outside critters too and make sure that they're all okay. So if I hear sounds, you know, I wake up. When they go to sleep at night, I sometimes look at them like, are they alive? Because they sleep like death because they run around all day too. You know, it's not like I take them out on walks. If they want to go outside, they go outside and run, all 9 of them. So it's a lot of fun. Okay, let's go. So we put Adele down so she can. Don't pick on Larry.
How much sleep do you get a day from Marie?
Excuse me?
Marie wants to know how much sleep you get a day.
Not a lot. My mom. Everybody says, how much? You know, when do you sleep? And I always say, I'll sleep when I'm dead. It won't be long now. I'm really tired. Last night I slept like a 3 out of 10. That's not 3 hours. That's a 3. So maybe 2 hours I slept last night. But this last night was a bad night for me, sleep-wise. But if I can get 5 hours, that I'm golden. So usually between 4 and 5 is normally what I get. I'm going to let Larry, I just hope Adele actually picks on blind Larry. We talk about no bullying in her book, but she does not share very well, so she's usually the only chicken. Let's show Peanut Butter Crunch asleep in Tucker's chair. This is my oldest cat. She really has had 9 lives. So her name's Peanut Butter Crunch. She came with Cow Kitty and Creamsicle. They were dumped on the side of the road. Not this last one. This was 20 years ago when I first moved here. And the neighbor down the street tried taking care of them, and it was a young kid. He couldn't, so he called me. I was not an actual rescue yet. So all of the cats he brought to me, hey, stop chewing her diaper. I had to bottle feed them and get them.
Jesse thinks it's a toy.
Get them healthy.
Don't forget your
and
boots.
All of the others have passed away from old age except Peanut Butter Crunch. And we had a couple volunteers like, Peanut Butter Crunch is going to die. And I'm like, let her be. It's probably her time. She tried to go off and die by herself. And then she came back up on the porch, looked in the house, and was like, yeah, I'm kind of hungry, Mom. So she came back in. So she's one of those cats that have more than 9 lives. Jesse, leave the diaper of Adele alone.
He thinks it's a toy.
That is not your squeaky toy off the back of Adele. Oh, hey, stinker. Come on, let's go outside. Come on. All right, we're going to go outside. We're going to meet Nicky.
Doesn't want you to forget your boots.
Where are my boots? The other boots. Oh, jeepers.
First time Linda Haas has ever seen you wear gloves.
And you see, and I'm going to have to take them off because I'm going to do a milking of one of our goats. And it's funny because it's a false pregnancy. It is not, you have to have them have babies for you to get milk from these goats. She has never been pregnant, and all of our males are fixed, but she produces milk all the time. So I keep telling my vet, what should I do? And the vet says, let it be, but she's in so much pain that I have to milk her a little bit. I just don't do it super often, but so you're gonna get to see that. If you wanna stick around and see me milk a goat, that's what I'm doing at the end. But we're gonna meet Nicky the horse right now. All right.
Buddy wants to come in.
Buddy, you coming in? Going in? Uh-oh, the goat has to be put away.
Uh-oh.
I can't. Maybe I'll just bring him out with me. It's not that cold, Buddy. Come on.
Let's get Buddy.
Wait, he might want a little drink.
Want to come in, Buddy?
Where did I do with his milk? Oh, it's right here.
Come on. Come on in, Nicky. Brookie.
All right, nothing left. So he is supposed to be weaning. Mom's failing at that as well. Come on, let's go outside. Come on. Come on. Come on, Nemo. Excuse me. Come on, Nemo. Is he coming? Come on, Nemo. Look at the snow. Is Nemo here? Did he come out?
No.
Nemo! I gotta go get him.
All right.
Come on, Jesse does not want to come out. Where is Nemo? All right, I'm going to leave Jesse in because he is worried about the snow. Look at this snow. It looks like a little snow globe somebody shook up. So we were getting all rain. I thought it was going to be a total mess. And look what's left of our snowman that my nephew built.
The head fell off.
His head did fall off. And it looks like somebody was like licking where the arms were or scratching through. Oh, it's cold in there. So that's what's left of our snowman. Oh, snowflakes went down in my shirt. Oh, hold on. Oh, they're big, big flakes, you can say. One day I was walking in a parking lot and I didn't know that somebody was in their car, and I'm out there going like this. And this guy was watching me and I was so embarrassed. But snow brings out the kid in all of us, and I hope whoever's getting it enjoys it. Sorry if you're in Florida or in other parts. We are actually having so much fun having snow this year. So this is the second time you guys get to see snow. Now you can see. Oh, third?
Yeah, we showed it.
We showed it 3 times, but it's our second snow mat.
No, we showed it.
Duh.
No. Here comes Nemo.
Right now it's going back down. Okay, can you still hear me? Is that okay?
Lori, Melanie wants to know if there's any vets in the area that you recommend for a house pig. Would that be Dr. Byer?
So Dr. Byer,
Yeah.
Dr.
How do
Ernie
you spell
Byer, as long as Beier,
Usually
he
watching.
will come out to your farm or house and take a look at your pig, whatever you need. So you can see we have volunteers here, but not too many visitors. I don't know if we have any visitors today, which we don't. Good morning,
Molly
Molly Dolly. Molly Dolly's working the store, although
And Nemo
Brooklyn.
wants to have a snack.
Yep. He's like, I know where the food is. So we sell food. We are open on Tuesdays and Sundays no matter what the weather, so we are open today. A lot of places would be closed, but not us. I think Nicky's in
Gina,
his.
this is my first time here. I love this.
Well, welcome for your first time. For any first timers, we are the Funny Farm Rescue and Sanctuary located in Mays Landing, New Jersey. We're in South Jersey, about an hour from Philadelphia and a half an hour from Atlantic City. It is free to get in to the Funny Farm, so you can just come. The only thing you have to do is fill out a waiver, because we do have, this is Ross and Chandler. Joey's off with some other girl. But sometimes you can see they want to give little kisses with their heartbeats. They know it's me. But if they don't know you, they'll come up and give you a little kiss. So that's why we have you sign waivers, because sometimes things happen. We try and keep everybody safe. We haven't, knock wood, haven't had anything super severe. We've had little nips here and there. So you have to sign a waiver and just hit submit. You do not have to print anything. This is Billy and Lily. I was talking about Billy in the house. He is just like Billy. He's taken after Billy, Mr. Nemo here.
At least he knows to stand inside.
Yep, he knows to stand inside. They also have a shade, and
Dorothy,
Lily's under
you
that.
give your dogs baths every day after
We
they come in.
brought the dogs out. We weren't supposed to.
I know.
So there's the new horse, and you can see,
You don't like
I'm
him?
glad he's not kicking. Tucker, come out. This is Nicky. And again, we were supposed to leave the dogs outside, my fault.
Hi, Nicky.
He is 30, they said 35 or 36 years old. The grandmother had to sell her farm. And she thought that the people who bought the farm were going to keep Nicky, and 2 days before they made settlement, they found out that they needed to find a home. So who's going to take in a 35-year-old horse
36.
other than the Funny Farm? 35 or 36, we don't know. That they told me 35. So you can see he has a sway neck, along with a sway back, and he is a pony. See how his feet are large like a horse? Unlike our miniature horses who have little tiny small feet, he is only about 15 hands high. That's how you measure them. And he's a sweetheart. They said that, you know, obviously nobody's riding him. Nobody gets ridden here anyway because they all had some tough pasts. So they said he had a lot more brown on him in his younger days, but you can see he's very white, very calm. When you come to the Funny Farm, we hope to be letting him out like we did Socks. For those who know Socks, we had a white horse, and he was like a guardian angel. There was no other horse like him. All of our horses are special, but he was especially special. And he died at 38 years old, and he detected people if they were pregnant and the people didn't know. If you had a bad day, he would come up and put his face on your shoulder. So we hope that Nicky here, look at them, they're getting acquainted, you can see. So this is, people say, well, how do they all get along? I was going to lock the dogs in today because we're trying to get them acclimated slowly, and I didn't really want to do it on my live. But you can see, I would have to correct the dogs if they are mean to him. So he knows to say, okay, you're my new brother. And Tucker went up and gave him a little kiss, and they smelled each other. And that's what we do. Some of the dogs are not as good as Tucker, and the little ones sometimes want to chase them, and they think it's fun to make him run. He's an old boy. He does run. As soon as he came here, he was in a much smaller pen. So here he was running around like, woohoo, I have all this space. And he knows that this is where he has to be when it's not nice out. And he has his partner, Billy, right next door. So he's not alone. And again, eventually I'm going to let him out to wander around, and he'll be loose all the time. He'll be able to go into the barn, the big gigantic barn if he wants, or he could, go into some other areas. We have other barns around the farm that they could just walk into, like a run out like this. So that's Nicky, and he is a sweetheart. So I've been saying no to horses because we are full in the horse department. This was a very special case because I don't know what would have happened to him had the Funny Farm not taken him in. So that's Nicky. Because he is older, I want people to know. Now, ponies can live longer than horses. Horses, 36, 37, 38, that's, you don't hear of that very often. Ponies can live into their 40s, so let's hope he's in good shape. Little on the thin side, we're trying to fatten him up a bit.
He's been eating good, though.
But he's a sweet boy, and he's getting used to the animals. Look, Tucker, you want to say hi again? Give kisses. Is that your new friend? Good boy. All right. Do we want to go milk a goat?
Yeah, but they want to see the new peacock too.
Oh, the new peacock. Okay. So the peacocks always look pretty similar. And I had to go to Hamilton because this peacock was pooping on people's porches. So some of the reasons that people want to get rid of the animals there is sad. But you can see one of the runouts here, Matt. Let's show where the donkeys are. So the donkeys wander the farm loose as well. Whoa, Tucker.
But they're pretty smart.
And you can see their little run out. So the gate is open so they can go in and out. They can go wherever they want around the farm. And he happens to be standing in his run out. So he doesn't feel like getting wet or have the snow on him right now. Except we're talking about him. He's coming out. What are you doing?
He's like, I think you might have a treat.
He thinks we could have, yeah.
Christine says, you have a heart of gold, Lori. Nicky seems to be a dear boy. I love how Tucker already wants to be friends.
Thank you, Christine. Yeah, I'm so happy that most of the animals are really good with each other. Sometimes when all the dogs get together, they can be naughty. They get that pack mentality, so I have to correct that immediately.
Lori
There's Brookie.
Says, I have a funny story about Socks. One time I was there and had brought some bread, and we were able to feed the goats bread. Socks and the goats were all over me. Socks was like giving me that bread now.
Aww.
Then he went and stood in front of the lawn looking majestic and innocent.
Aww.
It's cute.
So there's Nicky. He saw the donkey come over, except for he's taking a pee-pee, Matt.
sorry.
Maybe you don't want to video that.
I don't want to zoom
And
in.
so Nicky's like, hey, new friend. Come here. Or maybe he'll come around the other side and then...
All right, let's go
It's a
through.
muddy mess out here, yes. We are in the middle of,
Don't push me over.
Matt, if
Again.
anybody can fall in the mud puddle, it'll be Matt. Look, they're seeing each other. And then, of course, Tucker's standing right behind them. Good thing Nicky has good temperament. Oh, that's them saying, hey, I kind of like you. You're about my size. So you saw there was a little,
Yeah, that's.
and that's them, you know, being vocal to each other and saying hello.
What is Eeyore's story and how old is he?
Eeyore came with his mom. She is 60, so Eeyore is in his 40s, or close to 60, I should say. I think she's in her 50s and he's in his 40s. Nemo's loving Nicky's pen. Are you all right, Matt?
No, I'm not.
Matt's boot is stuck in the mud.
It totally stuck.
Well, do you want Miss Karen to help you walk, Matt?
Yes.
Karen can help.
It's okay, just that area.
Yeah.
So Karen's one of the volunteers that comes out no matter what the weather. You know, we have some people that will come out only in the warm weather, and these are really dedicated volunteers. We are all volunteer run. If anyone would like to volunteer, we are open on Tuesdays and Sundays, and you can just show up to be a volunteer as long as you sign the waiver, and then you can sign in at our store. We will log your hours there, and then if you want us to report back to your school or write you a letter, we can do that. And it looks really good on college applications, although
Nemo
I
likes it
think
in there.
Karen does it for the love of the animals.
For sure.
For sure. And she's been an amazing volunteer.
Thank
We
you,
lost
Karen.
a lot of our older, I'm sorry, you're going to say?
I said thank you, Karen.
Thanks, Karen. We lost a lot of our older volunteers because of COVID. You know, they didn't want
Not
to risk
dead, just they're home,
being,
right?
excuse me?
They're just
They're
home.
just home. I didn't
Yeah.
lose them like
Yeah.
died. They just are not coming out because of
sounded
COVID.
like they
and
were
can't blame them there.
checked
However,
out.
Molly Jolly is one of our older, and so is Gig. They're Molly Jolly. I don't know how old she is. I'm not going to say, but I know
Molly Jolly,
Gig is in her
she's 30.
70s, and she comes out all the time and helps out whenever we
And
need
brings
it.
pickles.
So thank you, because we always you saw Karen, she had her mask on. Everybody wears masks. Once I'm done the live, I will be putting my mask on. So it is a safe place to come. And you are outside unless you're walking in the barn. We just try and tell people stay away from each other, of course, so we can all keep that social distance going on. I know we're tired of hearing that. Okay, let's go.
You probably want to see the peacock, right?
Oh, the peacock, I forgot. All right, 10:48. So we are in South Jersey. It is 36 by my watch, but obviously it must be a little colder than that because we are getting snow.
It's a little breezy.
The peacock is in the corn crib. You can see him. He's here getting acclimated. He will be turned loose once he realizes this is where he lives. I don't want him running across the street or going back, trying to get back to his home. So once he meets all the other peacocks, they have actually come up and visited with him to make sure that it's like the welcoming committee. And then he'll be turned out loose and
Nemo's calling for his mommy.
here all the time. Nemo, all right, we're gonna go. Uh-oh, we have to go in the barn.
Here he comes.
Good morning. Good, how are you guys? Thanks for coming out.
Oops, sorry, Nemo.
Some more volunteers coming out.
I stepped on Nemo.
They're like visitors / volunteers because they're super happy they have the farm to themselves. Hi, Dean. You're going to help us milk Laverne. Okay. Okay, yeah, she's right there. So the problem is I didn't put the dogs in the house. So we might have a little bit of an issue with that.
Once we catch her, we'll be good.
Okay.
You stay here,
So
the
the only
dogs will
thing I
stay with
need,
you.
okay, I'm going to need this bowl probably. Come here, Tucker. Tucker. I wonder if I could put, hi, Kath. I wonder if I could put Tucker in the cat house. Tucker, come here. Tucker,
How about the tack house?
come here. Yeah, let's put them in the, wait, Dean, I'm going to put them in the tack house
heated
for a
in there.
minute. Hey, Dean, I'm going to put the dogs in the tack house for just a few minutes.
Hi, Stormy.
That's where we keep our feed and tack, obviously, for the horses. Come on. We're going to go in here. Come here. Let's go in. Oh, I can't do anything with my gloves. This is why I don't wear them. Can't open doors. All right, you going in too? You can't, Nemo. Come on, guys. Tucker's on to me. Tucker, all right, we're going to be in here. Matt's showing you all the animals I think that are in. Do get turned out when it's decent weather. Come on, Tucker. Tucker, come. Tucker, come on. Come on. Okay. I got them in. They're not going to be happy. Oh, Tucker's going to be yelling. Is Laverne still in here? Okay. Okay. Laverne. Come here, baby girl. Come here, Laverne. We already saw Dean run once.
Yeah, we saw him running on Bionic Man.
Like a bionic man. Come here, Laverne. Come here, baby girl. All right, Dean, you got her? Almost, Dean, almost, Dean. Oh, Dean, now we might have lost her.
She doesn't want to get milked.
Oh, really?
Where'd she go underneath?
Under the knee.
Okay. Oh, and poor Nemo. I mean, Nemo. Nemo, come here, Nemo. Come on. Come on, Nemo. Come in, come in, come in. Hurry up. He's out here crying like, I'm outside by myself.
Hi, cowboy.
All right.
Come on, Laverne.
If you adopt a cat, can you take it home the same day?
If you adopt a cat, did you say?
Yeah, can you take it home the same
We
day?
keep going where it's drier.
Yep, I'm coming.
Yes, if you have to fill out an application, and you have to have an interview with me, and then you can take the cat home if you are good to go with that. All right. Right here is fine. Okay, so can you see down here, Matt?
Yeah.
So this is her udder. You can see she is not pregnant. We have all weathered, they call them goats, which means fixed. And Nemo is definitely like, oh, this is pretty awesome. Hold on there. You can see how big it is. And it takes a minute for the milking to be able to start. You're supposed to pinch it off here and then move your hands down. Nemo, I don't think I need your help. Nemo.
He's like, you mean I've been having milk from the refrigerator this whole time when I could have been having this breast
Well,
milk?
that would be cool, except I don't think she would allow it. And you know what? This one's broken.
It's broken.
Good morning. Can you get me that little bucket right there, sweetheart? Thanks.
Oh, I thought you said that the
No,
udder was
this-
broken.
That'd be a mess.
Nemo. Oh my God. Thanks, honey. Right here is good. Hang on. And it's hard to get started. You can see I'm not having good success yet.
I think I saw this on Friends.
There it goes. Can you guys see? It's a very slow stream, and she is not. It's uncomfortable because it's so big. It has. Oh, I can feel it. It has to come out to relieve that pressure. I know it's not super exciting because it's not coming out that fast. Eventually, when I get it really going.
Nemo's like, I want some of that.
Listen, seriously, I'm not liking this. Be good boy. Be a good boy.
So this is a false pregnancy.
It's called a false pregnancy. I've spoken to my vet. My vet's taken a look at her. They're not exactly sure why it happens.
So she wants to have a baby so bad. She thinks she's pregnant.
No, I don't think she wants to have a baby so bad. But her body thinks that she's pregnant. There are false pregnancies that happen in people too, you know. Did you ever hear that?
Yeah, in
so
Glee.
It does. What's that?
On Glee. Remember?
On Glee.
The mom, Mr. Shu's wife.
Matt, I don't think.
We just saw that.
All right, it's a very slow milking process, but it has to be done because she actually was crying in pain from it because anybody who's been pregnant, not me.
So Debbie
knows.
Carr, can Nemo have that milk if you get enough of it?
You know what? Nemo could have the milk. It doesn't look like anything's wrong with it.
And she also wants to know how many udders she has.
They have 2 udders. They're not like a cow. They have 2.
One's chocolate.
No, Matt, one is not chocolate. They're both vanilla. So Laverne, we have Laverne and Shirley, and Laverne gets false pregnancies. This is not her first time that this has happened, and it probably will not be her last. They really don't know what causes it. I just know we don't milk her all the time until she seems uncomfortable, because the vet said, we try and get her to dry out. So it's kind of like if you're even breastfeeding with your children, if you stop, that, the milk dries up. And we would hope that same thing would happen with her, but it doesn't seem to be working.
Nemo's like, nothing to see here.
Oh, what's going on? If you open your mouth, I'll squirt some in. Yeah, you want to try that? So it's a very, very slow and kind of hold on.
How often do you have to do this?
Whenever they get big. So I would say once every few months, right, Dean?
Yeah, it's on average a couple of months.
Couple of months, and then it'll do it again. And usually the one side is larger than the other. I think this is the larger side. Oh no, the other side looks pretty big too.
Kelly Slade, you are so wonderful, Lori. You are an angel on earth.
Thank you, Kelly. So I wanted to say again, thank you for everybody. Cal, obviously, Cal the goat is not here.
Tucker.
Oh, somehow Tucker busted out. Somebody opened the tack house. All right, Tucker. So the goats, it's a little harder to
He's like
milk
a
a
shark.
goat when the dogs are here.
A little harder.
Just a little harder. Yeah, it's like sharks. Now, Tucker, beat it. He thinks he's trying to help Mom, so he's like, what do you want me to do? You want me to round her up? What do you want me to do? Tucker is my big protector. He is definitely a mommy's boy.
He's the director of security.
Yeah.
Farley's the farm manager.
Farley's the farm manager, right? You're a good boy. Okay, thank you. They're like, we would like some of that milk, Mom. Farley, here. Look. Farley, look.
He's like, that thing's like a machine gun.
Want to get some? Look, it's like a water fountain.
He's like, "Well, that's it, sure."
Who needs squirt guns? Hi, Farley. Farley, I can't be.
So,
All right, Laura, you are the best. Our family is willing to help whenever you need it. Brooke Jean.
well, thank you. Again, if anybody ever wants to come out on a Tuesday or Sunday, there's always things to do. There's jobs for everybody. It's not just, we can continue this a little bit. We can come back to this. So this is going to take a long time. So, or else we could just say goodbye here, Matt,
Yeah, we could say goodbye here.
because it's 10:58. But if anybody wants to come and volunteer any Tuesday or Sunday between 8 and 4, you can just show up. The only thing you have to do is sign a waiver ahead of time. You can see Mr. Nemo. Nemo, you're so
Nemo
crazy.
thinks he's a dog. What is that bird, Lori?
Which bird?
I think the one making a sound.
Oh, that's a guinea hen. I'm sorry. That kick. Yes, if
I'll
you
go
have
down here
guinea
and show
hens, you can show them. Ow, my hair.
Oh, she's up there.
Ow. Stop. She just stepped her foot in it. Okay. Get your. All right, there we go. Oh my God, I can't believe how long this takes.
Got a lot in there today.
Hi, cowboy. Cowboy and Reggie. Linda wants to know if she can visit on any other day besides today.
So unfortunately, not unfortunately, I'm very fortunate that I still have my job, especially during these crazy times. I work at the FAA Technical Center, and I was saying I just received my contract for 5 more years, which is great because otherwise I would be without a job. And during COVID, we run strictly on donations. We have all volunteers here. Hold on there. Tucker, get out. The dogs are trying to.
Can I donate at a heated pet house to the farm?
And then we'll do more off camera because it's just taking too long.
Tracy Stone wants to know if she can donate a heated pet house to the farm.
We would love a heated pet house. Look, let's see if Farley will drink some. Yep. You can see Farley is drinking the milk.
What about Nemo? He wants to try.
He sucks. He doesn't know about like lapping it up like a dog. Tucker, you're not supposed to have it because you have to sit up in your chair. He's like, so I'm up.
If he's sitting, he'll be okay.
So they're drinking the fresh goat's milk that Laverne has produced, which she should not. Here, Brookie, some for you. Tucker, don't be a little pig. Tucker, don't be a pig. He's like, I'm the one who's starving. I have the condition. Okay, that's it. So you can show up any Tuesday, any Sunday. We only have a few visitors or volunteers today because of the weather. People don't come out as often. We sometimes will do a volunteer day where we'll announce it on Facebook, and you can come out and do the barns or help scoop poop or collect sticks or feed the animals, give some water. So we're going to try and do that at least once a month because not everybody can get out on a Tuesday or Sunday. So it won't be really for walking around and visiting, but you're going to be walking around and you will be volunteering, so you'll be able to kind of like having the farm to yourself. It's a lot of fun.
I'm trying to get you. So one more person asked how Cow's doing because they didn't see the beginning.
So if you missed the beginning, Cal the goat is doing very well. They said his progress is going in the right direction. He did have a blockage and they did do surgery. They put something in his urethra to expand it to try and make his blockage pass. They'll know in about 2 weeks if that works or not. And I need it to be able to work because the other operation that they do for it is horrific. And we had one other goat with that, and they start to pee down their leg, and it's just really hard on the animals for that. So we don't want that to happen. We're hoping that his blockage will pass and all of his numbers will come back, and then he'll be good to go.
And what do you do for the FAA?
I do graphic design and photography for the FAA. And I've been there.
Liz O'Donnell, how do you afford to feed all these animals, and it must cost so much in food and vet care?
So yeah, it's about $4,000 to $5,000 a month in just feed. The vet care, forget it. Like I said, this one bill itself is going to be about $2,000 for just Cal. We just had his surgery with the vet. Thank goodness, Nicky vet came and did his surgery right in my living room. That was fun.
I wasn't there that day.
And he did really well. So we always try and do the vets. Dr. Byer comes out, Dr. Sharon, Dr. Jenny. They come out whenever possible. And then if it's something a little more serious like Cal, we take them to the specialists like the University of Penn and New Bolton Center. That's where he is now. He's on IV, but they're hoping to take him off IV today. They said his bladder is back down to the normal size. His copper levels are high, and it could have been from him licking on the mineral salt that was not white. So again, if you have a goat, only the white blocks. Do not give the brown ones. The minerals are not good
and
for
no
them.
corn.
And no corn. So a lot of the sweet feed, sometimes they have little pieces of corn, and maybe when they're small, it's okay. But the vets are telling me no corn for goats.
Margie Samples. I wish everyone could be like you, Lori. God bless you for all of your hard work.
Thank you, Marjorie. We could use a few more people because there's so many animals to be rescued. There are a lot of sanctuaries around. They don't have the sheer numbers that we have. It's a lot. I have a lot of support, thank goodness. I welcome anybody, any age. You can be 3 to 83. Our youngest is 3, our oldest is 83. The 83-year-old has not been coming, but she was sitting at the gate being a gate greeter and telling people where to go, where to park, that kind of thing.
Tucker's being naughty back there.
Tucker. All right. He's not. He's right here, man.
He was riling up the
Tucker, come here.
He was stopping the...
So now they're doing their... Tucker, he's like, I'm just trying to break up the fight, Mom. Tucker, come here. Go, boy. He is definitely wound up today.
Oh, it's 8:45.
So Cal's doing great. Thank you for everybody who donated, and a big shout out to all the birthdays that I said earlier, and thank you guys for always supporting us. We hope to see you guys soon. You can visit any Tuesday, any Sunday, no matter what the weather. Let's show them the snow one more time.
Tim Kilroy.
Oh, somebody's coming.
He says, thank you for letting us share in your world.
And Tim was just here. We were so happy to see you, and you can park right there. It's fine. You can park.
They have a Subaru, so they can drive in the snow. Nobody else in New Jersey drives unless they have a Subaru.
Matt's picking on the New Jersey people because in New Jersey, he's from upstate New York and they get feet of snow, and we have an inch and we close our schools.
Yeah, and Dean has a snow plow out. See behind you?
Yeah, we have
Wait, there's a flake.
We
Dean.
have our snow plow all ready to go. Dean, don't listen to him. We like that you plow the snow for us.
If we get a little more, we'll plow.
Yes, we're not enough today, but you can see it's laying on the ground. They said on the news 4 to 8 in our area, and you can see we're already getting a dusting, and it's supposed to go till 2 or 3, and it's 11. Lauren,
can we make a donation in memory of a person or an animal to
you? You can do an in memory. I had just lost 2 friends that I worked with at the FAA, and we've had a lot of in memories for them. We will send you a thank you, and we will notify the family of your donation in their memory. And we do it for animals too. So yeah, whatever you guys want. You can, again, we're Funny Farm Rescue and Sanctuary. We're located in Mays Landing, New Jersey. If you go to our website, it's funnyfarmrescue.org. Left-hand side of the page, you'll see your waiver form. And then it also has our address, so you can, if you want to send a check, if you want to do it online, again, funnyfarmrescue.org. Right-hand side of the page, you'll see a donate button.
A private charity, you don't get any.
Yep, we are a private charity. We don't get any state or federal funding. So it's, people donating, and again, why I have a job. The one girl asked, how do we afford it? And if donations are slow, that's why I have credit cards and my job.
So everyone's asking about Fiona.
So Fiona, you're going to make me talk. I know. So Dean's walking away. Oh. Yeah. Fiona was our oldest goat. We don't usually talk about death at the Funny Farm, but she was an icon here. She's been here almost as long as I've had the farm, and she was about 20. She was missing her ears. Dogs had attacked her and her flock, oh my God, the
siblings.
Grouping of, the siblings. And she was the only survivor, but she had to have operations. Her one ear was completely gone and one stuck out, only like about a half an inch to an inch. So she had surgeries to make sure that she could keep whatever ears left that she had, but she was very feisty because she had survived a dog attack. So whenever a little kid or another dog came over, she would she would take her horns, and her horns were so long they wrapped around like a ram because she was so old. And she's been feeble for a long time, very thin. She didn't have a lot of teeth, but she would stand outside at the store and be like, hello, here I am. And she would go with her tongue. People. Yeah, she loved people. So she did pass, and it was very quick. She kind of went downhill and died within 2 days. We were going to have the vet put her down the day that she actually passed on her own. So it's a gift to us as the Funny Farm if they pass on their own, because it's hard to make a decision as a pet parent, and it's the hardest thing to say, yeah, I'm going to put them down. Okay. Sorry. Matt, you can talk. You have a microphone,
I'm not allowed to talk today.
He never talks. I mean, he talks the whole time, and then when I can't talk, he doesn't talk.
Sometimes nothing needs to be said. Well, at least people know how much you love and care about every single animal here.
Sorry. Anyway.
She had a great life.
She did.
She was a tough old goat.
She was a tough goat. So, everybody is family here, and people say, do you cry every time? And, I do. I don't bawl about it. If it's a chicken dies, it's still heartbreaking to see these animals when they pass. But we know we gave them the best life. That goat had one of the best lives ever. But selfishly we miss them, and we want them to stay here all the time. And animals have such a much shorter life than people do. So you should think about that. And when it comes time, some people, they try and keep their animals alive for them. And I've done it. My vet said, Lori, are you keeping this horse alive for you or for them? And it's hard to let go. Hey, Tucker! Tucker, right now, get over here. Come here. Get over here. Right now, come over here.
Well, that.
So that fixed me from not crying because I'm yelling at my other child. Listen, we do not chase goats here. No, no. So he's chasing the new. We have Henry and Carson, which was in another. They were in another pen. So now they're with the rest of the crew, the other goats, and Tucker doesn't know them yet. So and the goats don't know Tucker yet. So Tucker thinks, oh, it's a game. Let's go chase him. So
Yeah.
anyway, so thank you guys all for watching. So when you come, you will not see Fiona, but her memory is always going to be here, just like Socks. When you come, you know, they're here. They're always helping the Funny Farm, and sometimes they're reincarnated into other animals. Like I think maybe Nicky might have a little Socks in him. And hopefully we will see you next Sunday. You can tune in at 10 o'clock. Again, I'm Lori. I'm the owner of the Funny Farm Rescue and Sanctuary, located in Mays Landing, New Jersey. I know I say it over and over, but people tune in at different times. So, and now you know why we don't talk about that very often, because I'm a mess if I do. And,
Well, I had to bring it up because someone answered it, and everybody was talking about it. So
yeah, definitely something, you know, in Socksdot I had to talk about that too, because they're icons on this farm. People were coming from Oregon to see Socks and Fiona. They're like, oh, is that Fiona? Is that Socks? Because they've only seen them on Facebook. We weren't even doing Facebook Lives at that point. So, you know, some of the crew that you see all the time, I mean, we do have to let you know. But the visitors that come, some of the ones that aren't always on camera or out in the limelight, you know, some of them do pass, and we don't discuss it because we concentrate on their lives here, not their death. And they all have had great lives, and some of their situations were not very good before they came here. And with all the love that all the volunteers and visitors, for that matter, we have visitors that come and see. They had their own special animals. Farley, look up. He says, look, you can barely see the white on my white, but on my black, look at me. He's like an alpaca. You can see he's very insulated. None of the snowflakes are melting. Oh, you too, Tucker. You're like salt and pepper. You look like an Australian cattle dog now because you have spots, or like a Dalmatian. All right, I'm having a hard time going today.
Sue McNulty said that it should comfort you that Fiona is with your mom.
Yes, thank you. We always say, so my mother, who had passed 20 years ago, we say there's an identical farm in heaven called the Funny Farm Heaven Division, and that's where all the animals go, and that is the only way that I can be okay with them passing, because I know that my mom's up there, the original Funny Farmer, taking
Unless
care
she
of
gets
them.
a cranky one, then she says, I'm sending it back.
No, my mom loves all the animals, Matt. Come on.
All right.
All right.
So
Have a good day, guys. If you're here in New Jersey, enjoy the snow. Because we will. I keep hearing, do you hear calling? I hear things.
it's not me.
I don't know where that is coming from, because it's not me.
Oh no.
That's so weird.
We have almost a quarter inch. I should plow.
Oh my gosh, Steve. I think the snow's getting deep. I think we do need to.
I agree.
Oh my gosh, it is me.
Calling somebody.
You're calling someone?
I don't know where
You're
my
butt
phone
dialing
is.
someone?
I
You're
have
probably
no
calling
idea.
Aunt Sue.
I seriously don't know
Lori,
where.
you just called 911.
Oh my
You're
gosh.
like, it's snowing.
But I don't know where my.
Someone come and help us.
Shoot. Oh, it's my phone. It's my watch. It was my watch. I told
me
you I
up,
didn't.
Scotty.
I did not. I do not have my cell phone on me for that reason, and then my watch is calling people.
All right. Well,
All right.
Luckily, you didn't say any bad words this time.
I'm like, I hear that noise. Polish and blonde, it's a double whammy sometimes. All right, guys, have a great Sunday, and happy Super Bowl Sunday. And it's
Yeah.
episode 43 today, right, Matt?
43, yeah.
Happy Super Bowl Sunday. I'm not going anywhere, but I will be watching the game at home with my critters. Have a great day.